It's a Rice Force here back at you with another video, and today we're going to ask this question. Do Christians have to obey the law? So all the laws man-made, and we pretty much listen to God, so pretty much we usually don't just listen to what men say. So if men made the law, we shouldn't have to follow the law, right? I mean, it's man-made. Who cares what man thinks, right? Of course, it don't really work that way, because we pretty much do have to obey the law. So I'll go to Romans 13, verse 1 to 7. So I'm sorry to break it to you, but I have to speak the truth. I don't like it any more than you do. So let everyone be subject to the governing authorities, for there is no authority except that which God has established. The authority that exists has been established by God. Consequently, whoever rebels against the authority is rebelling against what God has instituted. And those who do so will bring judgment on themselves. For rulers hold no terror for those who do right, but for those who do wrong. Do you want to be free from fear of the one in authority? Then do what is right, and you will be commended. For the one in authority is God's servant for your good. But if you do wrong, be afraid, for rulers do not bear the sword for no reason. They are God's servants, agents of wrath to bring punishment on the wrongdoer. Therefore, it is necessary to submit to authority, not only because of possible punishment, but also as a matter of conscience. This is also why you pay taxes, for authorities are God's servants, who give their full time to governing. Give to everyone what you owe them. If you owe taxes, pay taxes. If revenue, then revenue. If respect, then respect. If honor, then honor. So I'm sorry to break it to you, but God pretty much say the same thing that pretty much the law say. You gotta pay the taxes. I hate paying taxes too. I feel they rip us off, but we have to pay the taxes, of course. And I mean, there was no law, then people would pretty much go wild. So let's say there was like no speed limit. What if it didn't matter how fast people went? People could go like 70 miles per hour in a 30-mile zone. It caused problems, pretty much. And what we just allowed 5-year-olds to buy guns. I mean, things could just go crazy. So we pretty much do need a law for people to follow. So yes, we do have to obey the law. And the law is different. And the law does change over time pretty much. Because let's say back in the early age, you could actually buy alcohol at 18. But over time, I think it's like in the mid age or late age, they changed to 21. So as time goes on, laws will change. Some will be dropped. There was a time black and white people couldn't use the same bathroom, which I think is kind of stupid, by the way. In countries, they do have different laws too. Let me show you. So we're going to say this Google pretty much tells you everything. What's the drinking age in America?
According to drinkingageprogram.org, the United States and 11 other countries have an MLDA of 21 years old, the highest MLDA of all the
Okay,
countries.
so that's America. Now let's try another country. What's the drinking age in Mexico?
18.
So it's
Here's a
18
summary
in
from
Mexico.
Wikipedia.
So now the consent age. So it's different in every country. So whatever country you're in, you have to follow the law. What's the age of sexual consent in the United States?
According to Wikipedia, the federal law establishes the age of 12 as the minimum age of consent, while the age at which there are no restrictions for consensual sexual activities is 18.
So yes, it's 18. Of course, we all pretty much know that. Now let's change it to another country. What's the age of sexual consent in China?
According to Wikipedia, in China, the age of consent for sexual activity is 14 years.
So
regardless
oops,
of
you
gender.
see that? It's 14. So each country that has their different laws, and we do gotta follow them. So it may be legal in one country, but illegal in another country. So in China, the age of sexual consent is 14, which is pretty young. Then again, when I was 14, if I want to have sex with somebody, you weren't going to have sex with me if I want to have sex with you at 14. In some countries, there is I think it's like in Germany. I was really little, so I didn't pay much attention, but in Germany, there's this highway that there's no speed limit there. Maybe one day I'll take my car there and go just put my pedal all the way to the ground and see how fast it goes. So there's no speed limit. I think it's an Autobahn, I believe it is, if I said it right. Some countries, women could go completely topless. In other countries, they can't, like in America, unless the nudist beach. So when can we rebel against the law? So let's go to Acts chapter 5. Acts chapter 5, verse 27 to 29. The apostles were brought in and made to appear before the Sanhedrin, whatever that is, to be questioned by the high priest. We gave you strict orders not to teach in this name, he said. Yet they have filled Jerusalem with your teachings and are determined to make us guilty of this man's blood. Peter and the other apostles replied, we must obey God rather than human beings. In this case, it was pretty much different because they had to obey God because God commanded them to spread the gospel, and spreading the gospel was against the law. So in that case, it was different. They could do it. That's when you can go against the law of man. Just like in China a while ago, you couldn't have a Bible in China like years ago. I mean, God does call us to spread a word, so you pretty much are allowed to rebel against the law in that case. Sometimes it is best to rebel against the law. If the law gets corrupted, then you can pretty much rebel. I mean, what if President Trump decide that you should no longer worship God, you should worship him? What if Trump actually said that? I mean, will you bow down to Trump? I know I wouldn't. If he ever tell you to do it. Then that's when the law becomes corrupt. Or what if the law actually allowed people to kill on a certain day? What the law became like, what's that movie? I can't think of the movie now. When crime become purged, yeah. What the law became like the purge. Only it wasn't one day. Let's say it was like a whole week. The purge was allowed for a whole week. Then the law would be corrupt then, pretty much. And you could go against the law then. What if the law actually banned people from wearing clothes? Then that would be corruption of law. Or we could put it this way: what if Trump actually did decide to kill all Christians in the United States? Then yes, we would be allowed to go against the law then, pretty much. So the law becomes corrupt, and yes, we can rebel against the law, but right now the law is not corrupt. Pretty much when the law started hurting people, like innocent people and all that, that's when you're allowed to rebel. Like we used back in the 1800s during slavery. I mean, that was a corrupted law. Treat those African slaves like animals. It was corruption. Same thing in the Nazis. When they had the Jewish people as prisoners, the law was corrupt back then. Hitler was a corrupted leader. So that's when you can rebel against the law. But unless the law becomes corrupt, then yes, you do have to follow the law in God's eyes. So I hope that answered your question. So if you like the video, give me a thumbs up. Subscribe to my channel. And I'm going to give this channel like 9 more months. And if I feel it's actually helping people out, then I'll keep it up. But until then, have a blessed day. Bye for now.